Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. Welcome back to another Tech Live with Eric here on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully everyone's having a fantastic day, guys. I see a bunch of people in the chat. We've got Scotty's here, Ken's here, Glitch is here, Nick is here. I think there was a bunch more. I think Zach and a few others were here too, and Nightbot is here. Cheers, guys. Hopefully your week is starting out great. Oh, let's kill that. There we go. Phantom window. Always going to be one. Usually I have the headset on to get rid of that. Beginner's Tech is here. Cheers, guys. Awesome stuff. Got a big show for you tonight. Bunch of cool stuff in the tech world this week. I managed to get a bunch of it together before the broadcast. It was a really busy weekend for me. I did a lot of work on the website and a few other things and some content upcoming. So I didn't get as much time as I usually try and make to do these the live show content, but I think we're going to be in good shape for a show tonight. YouTube's being a little funny tonight. I tried some ping tests before the broadcast. I hope we don't have any latency issues. Doesn't appear that we do right now, but the servers seem a little off, and some of the other live streamers on the weekend were having difficulties, and earlier today I think one of the Adafruit live shows had some troubles, but hey, we'll give it a go anyway. Nick said, did you change the chat format? Nope, it's the exact same as before. Nightbot is here again this week. He didn't show up last week. Nightbot was having some that's our moderator bot that hangs out in the chat. It was broken last week, but other than that, nope, no changes in chat. Okie dokie, guys, we'll just go ahead and get right into it. As usual, viewer comments throughout, just throw them in the chat. I do my best to keep up with them. If I don't catch them, someone else will usually. We'll do some tech news. We'll do some stuff on 3D printing. We'll do the viewer challenge this week, where I like to see what you guys are making. A bunch of stuff from the community, hackers, makers, amateur radio, inventors, space, you name it. Everything goes here. A little bit from the shop. An upcoming sneak peek, and that will take us right into the show. Scotty said better latent than never. Yeah, agreed. And Ken said looking good and sounding good. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. YouTube's been on a roll lately, I'll be honest. YouTube's been pretty good lately, especially since I'm able to pipe this in 1080 on a connection that the old YouTube format would not allow me to stream in 1080 at this bitrate. I couldn't go this low. I don't have as high a speed connection as I should. Someday we'll get it upgraded, but that takes mucho cash in my area. All right, guys, what do we got? Tech news. In the news this week, one of the top things, without a doubt, this was going to make the top of the list. SpaceX did indeed land the Falcon 9 booster stage, first stage rocket, vertically on a barge at sea. Unbelievable. We've all been waiting for this. There was a few failed attempts, some crashes, a successful attempt on land, total success, and now they have officially done it at sea. Unbelievable. That's not where I wanted to go. My computer is... Well, we'll do it this way. Oh, my computer's angry. You can find these videos, SpaceX channel, NASA channels, lots of replays out there. Some crazy 4K replays of this now. Really good high-def footage. They got wise on this landing and put... They must have parked a helo with a good solid satellite uplink on it right off the barge, and the video quality was astounding. Well done. Live as usual. Expect nothing less from SpaceX. I saw this today. I think Glitch even retweeted it. I couldn't put this any better myself. Science fiction in 1959. This was an animated GIF. The sky calls, where a rocket came down vertical. SpaceX Falcon 9 did it. 2016. Not that big a span of time in there. Unbelievable. And my computer is well and truly angry here, guys. I'm going to try and do my best, but for some reason I got a lot of latency on my PC. So the Dragon capsule ended up reaching the ISS without incident whatsoever that we were told about. After it launched, it cruised on up, solar panels unfurled, and just wicked speed right to the ISS, and has been captured. You can find this on the NASA channel. Really good coverage of it. And on board of that is the new habitat, this inflatable HAB module that they're going to be giving a try. I think it has a 2-year term up there to figure out how this is going to work, whether this is an option, these inflatable modules. Really, really neat stuff. You can find this one, some explanation of it on the CNET channel. One thing I wanted to share though, check this out. If you go to the Matthew Travis channel, there is the post-launch press conference. This is a really long video. It shows it as an hour and 35 minutes, but I think it's doubled up. It's still a pretty long press conference, but if you skim through and just watch Elon's back and forth with the press, it's truly worth watching. He did an outstanding job, as usual, conveying some of the highlights that people didn't see, the importance of the crazy horizontal velocity that these rockets achieve. Really, really cool. This is well worth watching and probably not well publicized teleconference, so check it out. And Glitch said it was a plane doing laps. That would make sense. That would explain that it looked like a long zoom lens with relatively high speed of movement around a long distance away. So yeah, that would make sense if it was a large aircraft. Very, very cool. And oh, come on, computer. This day in history. Launch of Apollo 13, April 11th, 1970. The relatively ill-fated Apollo 13 launch that made movies and headlines and had many nations glued to their TV sets. This is before my time, but pretty cool to remember. And in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long ago, really. Cool. Found that on Twitter, guys. I also found this linked on Twitter, and I didn't know about this. Twitter's a great place for lots of tech news these days, but the last or only remaining tank from the space shuttle is on its way to Los Angeles now, and it's going to be displayed at the California Science Center. Really neat. So this thing's hitting the sea and going to truck around to California, a long trip, and then it will be mated with the shuttle Endeavour for display, along with future, supposedly, some solid rocket boosters. So that's going to be one heck of a neat display if you're in California to check that out in probably, I don't know, 6 months or a year. Really, really neat. They'll have the Endeavour mated back up with a tank for the first time ever. This is the first complete stack of a shuttle since the entire program ended. Very, very neat. Cool stuff. And Tony said the Saturn V is awesome. Yeah. If you guys ever get the chance, watch, if you haven't already, watch any of the documentaries on the Saturn V rocket and how it was developed and all the work that went into it and the incredible amount of engineering that went into that monstrous rocket. Thank you, Glitch. Guys, there's a donate button in the bottom there, and that is what happens. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate the donations. Go right back into making these videos for you guys and this live show right to you guys. And this comment, donations will continue until morale improves. Thank you, Glitch. Appreciate that. Cool. This was big news this week. Kepler got into trouble. The Kepler Space Telescope actually was in a recovery mode. They kept calling it emergency mode. It was a fail-safe mode. And I didn't get a chance to put a slide in, but this... Thank you, William Buck. Thank you, guys. Truly appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough for the donations. Hopefully the Inception horn isn't too loud. The first time I had it, it nearly blew people's speakers, apparently. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the donations. It really, really helps the show. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. and finally get to tune in live. Thank you, William. Truly appreciate it. So I didn't get a chance to put the slide in afterwards, but apparently Kepler has been brought back from this emergency mode and is back fully functional again. It's totally good news. I'm really glad to hear that, and congrats to the Kepler team. I know it's gotta not be easy to bring back a spacecraft from basically a watchdog mode. Crazy, crazy. Thanks, quick, everybody donate. Thank you for your donation, guys. It really, really helps. And I'm really glad the live donation thing is working. That's really cool. That was actually really hard to do on YouTube. Well, it wasn't hard once I figured out how, but it was difficult to find the resources to interface it with OBS and YouTube. So we're up and working, apparently. HTC Vive. What is the deal? There is no end of coverage of this virtual reality headset that's recently been released. Mashable did coverage. Almost every major YouTube channel has done coverage of this thing. It looks so cool. It is full virtual reality, but I don't necessarily think this thing is within the realm of consumers yet. You need to have one heck of a PC to run it, and I couldn't even find a price on this thing. It looked like the people that have them definitely had them donated for video coverage, but it looks quite pricey compared to some of the others available. But it's kind of neat to see all the coverage on this thing, and it looks like it works like a champ. So you can find this on Mashable. You can also find the full setup and coverage on Wired. Some really cool videos. I enjoyed them. It is a neat looking rig. We'll see how it goes. Professional drone racing is here. This I wanted to share because this is on the Mashable channel. Mashable does a lot of major tech news and a lot of just major news on social networks. It's neat to see that this 250 size quadcopter racing is officially hitting the mainstream, and they're publicizing it and kind of hyping it up in a way that it's fun to watch. And I have no doubt that this would be extremely fun to watch. Plus, I could bring my own Fat Shark goggles and watch on whatever channel I wanted. As the price of goggles come down, and maybe even make like a 5.8 gigahertz interface for a cell phone that you could just slip your cell phone into your Google Cardboard and have the interface go through the USB, then everyone in the audience can flip between all the different channels of these drone racers. I like to see this. It's pretty cool. It's a neat looking sport. Check out Mashable's coverage on it, or go to BMS Web YouTube channel and you can find all kinds of cool coverage too. Awesome. Zach said it made him jump. Awesome. Noe is here. Hey Noe, good to see you. Been saying this for a while, but I need to build out a 250. Absolutely. Get involved in some drone racing. Pretty neat stuff. So the other side of drones, quadcopters, I have to share this just because this was ABC News this weekend. It was April 8th. I grabbed this. Drone crashes through window, hits man's head. This made nationwide news in the US. Not as big as I thought it would. I didn't see it on a lot of networks yet, but it'll come. Give it time till it saturates. But it links to the YouTube video from the guy who actually was sitting there, and his name's David Perel. If you want to check out this channel, there's coverage. It's a little funny the camera was rolling at the time when this thing smashed through, but anyway, we'll see. Check it out and see what you think of the footage. Yeah, it sucks that this happened, but this is gonna happen more. People get their DJI Phantoms out and fly where they shouldn't. It's a sad thing, but it's probably going to happen more before it happens less, to be honest. That's my 2 cents. And Glitch said having goggles at a drone race is like having a scanner at a NASCAR race. Yeah, but so much better. You get, well, soon it'll be HD video right to your goggles from whatever racer you want to watch. Very, very cool. We'll see. Okie dokie. I think. It's probably going to happen. Oh, there we go. 1 second. There. I think we're back. Sorry, guys. That was a complete blue screen of death, and I have no idea why. And that's the second one on this PC, so that is not a good omen. I'm going to have to dig into some crash reports tonight. I suspect it's something to do with the video, but I might have a RAM problem, because beforehand there was a heck of a pile of latency that I've never had before. But cool news is YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, set it up so the stream doesn't end until you click stop streaming. So the replay of this show should pick up right here. For those of you watching the replay, we just took a big dive, but we're back. And Chrome, in its infinite wisdom, let me have all my tabs back by hitting restore. So I think we're good. Don't anger the pixies again. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. Truly apologize for that. Glitch says 5x5. All right, we're good. Awesome. Nightbot made it, so couldn't talk for a while. Awesome stuff. All right, let me see if I can. I didn't cue the content back up. I think it had some. I'm gonna have to look into this one, guys. I'll figure it out. Hopefully, hopefully, with any luck. Let me see. We've got angry windows here. Ooh, still got that latency going on. I might actually still be loading programs from startup. I kind of rushed the startup process, so we're good. Sorry, guys. Let's see if we're back in business. We are. MIT prints a walking robot, no assembly needed. This thing, totally cool. Check this out on the TechCrunch channel. So a one-piece 3D printed walking robot. You can see it has kind of bellows set up, and it looks like it's driven by a single motor and a crankshaft, and forces the bellows to operate and then moves the feet. Unbelievable what's being printed now in one piece. And I don't know what printer they used for this, but I've seen some incredible one-piece stuff done with just hobby printers. I even had some luck doing hinged cases a while back on my Solidoodle. So check it out, guys. And back to 15 watching. Thanks, Ken. Oh, at least some people stuck around. And Noe said YouTube is great, resuming stream, but for whatever reason mine couldn't today. Must have been a Wirecast related issue. Actually, yeah, I mentioned it earlier that there was some other people had issues. Unfortunately, I can't blame this one on YouTube whatsoever. Check this video out in TechCrunch, guys. Mashable did a really cool video, the Panama Papers. I didn't cover it last week because I didn't see it as overly tech related. Well, it turns out it truly is. And if you're not familiar with the Panama Papers, it was a huge leak of a lot of financial information, mostly people sheltering money, maybe when they shouldn't be. But they did a really good job explaining this in very simple terms. So if you're interested in the big leak, the Panama Papers, check this out. And, oh man, what is with this latency? Reddit has a new mobile app. I am relatively new to spending any significant amount of time on Reddit. I truly didn't devote enough to it, and I really should have. But now they have a mobile app making this so much easier. There's such a ton of information out there on Reddit. So I'm going to check this out. I haven't installed it yet, but the app looks pretty cool. It looks like a neat idea. Hopefully you can set up like really nice shortcuts to your favorite subreddits. That would be really nice. That's one thing I miss from the web interface, but maybe I'm using it wrong. And we covered this a couple of weeks ago. Self-spreading ransomware. This was put out a few weeks ago by the FBI. large kind of call to arms about it. Well, now Cisco has put out some more information indicating that ransomware is really, really getting to be a bit of a problem. This is not new. It's been around for pretty much the entire state of the internet. And before, actually, there was ransomware before when it was BBS days. But the fact that all these news outlets and companies are calling this out as a real problem, if you're in IT security or InfoSec, I think you're in the right place. Now's a good time to be there. You can help a lot of people out and get their data back. And Glitch is going to try that out. Very cool. Guys, I present to you this week's newest viral video, or soon to be, in my opinion. Check this out. This is not a channel I subscribe to. I ran across it. It's called the Flyboard, registered trademark by ZR. You can find the channel on YouTube by just searching for Flyboard Air Test. This thing, I'm pretty sure this will be a pretty major viral video over the next few days because it is unbelievably cool. In this video, 2 minutes 24 seconds long, they show off basically a hoverboard powered by turbines, but for all intents and purposes, it looks bloody amazing, totally cool. He flies around over the water, and it just looks bloody neat. But there's a caveat. You got to check out the comments on this. You know you've made something cool when the vast majority of the comments are, this thing is faked. I'll let you guys decide what you think of it. I'll present a few things I noticed right here on this show. You've seen it here first. But do read the comments. It's pretty cool. A lot of people calling this thing out as fake. I zoomed in on this. This is a shot from above of this crazy hoverboard device. And if you look here in the shot, you can see what looks like the intake duct of a small gas turbine engine. I'm pretty sure what it looks like to me is there's 4 JetCat style turbine engines on it. But it's so hard to see. And off to the outboard sides, they have EDF ducted fans for, I'm guessing, just strictly for forward movement. In the shots here, you can see this guy here on the right. Let me switch over so you can see it a little better. This guy on the right, you can see he has like a camel back. Well, that's what the pilot is wearing as well. And down here on the right, almost off frame, you can see this is an inline fuel filter. I recognize them from the industry I came from. It looks like basically the pilot's wearing one of these as well. This guy may be ready to go or have it ready to go for a second flight. Really neat. For the naysayers out there that say it's not possible, there's a bunch in the comments. I went and looked up the largest JetCat turbine that I'm familiar with. The JetCat brand is pretty big in RC. And the P400 here, 395 newtons of thrust, which I did a quick convert here for you guys, which works out to 88 pounds per turbine if they were to use this style. Not saying that that's what this is, but you can make the call. Check out in the video for the naysayers as well. If this is edited, this is one of the best fakes I have ever seen because the jet plume of the exhaust is perfect. The distortion and stuff here from when he goes over the trees and the amount of water spray that this thing kicks up, unbelievable. If it is faked, it would be the best fake I have ever seen. But I will point something out to you guys. I'll start off by saying I commend them if this is what I think it is for the stability of it. They must have one heck of a stability system on it. And I'm not sure how they're doing it because these engines don't throttle really fast. A turbine doesn't respond very quick at all, actually. So I'm wondering whether they're using thrust vectoring. I stopped the video on the only shots showing the underside of this, and I'll point this out with my mouse. You'll only see this on full screen on the stream or on the replay, but there is an area that they've deliberately masked out in the video. You can see this if you slow it down in the YouTube settings. You can slow the video right down and go basically frame by frame. They've masked this out and pixelated it. And I'll show you in the next shot. You can see this thing is perfectly, there is a geometric pattern here. There's a mask, but beyond it, you can see the what looks like turbine outlets. Not sure why this is. I'm 80+% certain this is deliberately pixelated, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with their stability system. If maybe they've got something proprietary going on there and they don't want it out. It was really neat. The rest of the video is quite clear, but this I managed to spot, so I thought I'd share that. You guys can make your own opinions, let me know what you think, but at the end of the day, absolutely incredible amount of work went into this, clearly, and it does seem to successfully fly a person around just fine. Very, very, very cool. Really, really neat. So 4 turbines on there. If you were to use those turbines that I pointed out, that would basically launch me as a 200-pound male into orbit. But I'd love to see where this goes. Check it out. Really, really neat video. And Glitch said he agreed. Looks completely legit. Yeah, I'll let you guys decide what you think. I know what I think on that. I see no reason to doubt it at this point. If it was faked, it was the best I've ever seen. But also, one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. We now might have our hoverboards coming, even if they are turbine powered, extremely loud and powerful. Really, really neat. And probably to protect some patent work or similar. Yeah, I agree fully. I think that's exactly what it is. I think there's some proprietary information there that they've chosen. The video is deliberately short. There's no question. We'll see what comes out. It is pretty funny that I think they chose to do it that way for a reason. That likely there might be some patent work involved, but we'll see. Sorry guys, I'm having no end of technical difficulties. I think Kyoer is here. Roid is here. Cheers guys. And community support guys, thank you for those who have already put in a donation this show. You can donate right here down at the bottom. You'll get your message across. Thank you to the Patreon supporters who support this channel. Remember, if you wouldn't mind, please remember to click a thumbs up if you like these videos. Share it out if you really feel so on social. It really helps the channel. A couple community announcements, guys. 13,700 plus subscribers, but we're about to cross over we're over 1.9 million views on our little YouTube community here. Thank you all for your support. We will cross 2 million views within a month, which is a little crazy to me. Totally crazy. As well, we're going to cross 400 videos. I believe this one, when it goes live on the replay, will be the 400th video on this channel, which is pretty crazy as well. When I started this channel, I never would have dreamed this. So thank you to all of you guys who support this channel. Remember, a while back we've talked on and off about the projects without borders. So this was some ideas we've knocked about as a group, as well as there's a bunch of forum posts in the forum linked below on different projects for just doing better things in the world. Well, I'm going to announce here that I would like to do something for somewhere in the world very close to me. I'll show you the map here, guys. It doesn't work on that screen. This is a map of Ontario, and there's a community called Attawapiskat way up here near Hudson Bay. I'm right down here near Toronto at the bottom of the screen, so this is a fair distance away. Ontario is a big province, but I thought this worthy of sharing because this is making mainstream news all over the world, and it's a really, really sad thing. Saturday night, this tiny community in northern Ontario declared a state of emergency after 11 suicide attempts in one night. I'll elaborate on this. This is not uncommon in northern communities in Canada. The suicide rate is through the roof for a multitude of reasons. I can't help but want to do something if I can. And although I'm not real good at helping with suicide rates, what I can help with is maybe areas of tech and time filling and learning, and maybe I'm not sure where this is going to lead yet. I would like to do a trip up and see if I can secure some tech, like electronics, Raspberry Pi type stuff, basic things like that. These communities traditionally don't have a lot, and the school programs, although they're not horrible at all, but there's a distinct lack of extracurricular activities for many, many reasons. One major one is the weather sucks up there. It's brutal, it's cold, and it's dark, and they have 24 hours of darkness a good portion of the winter. But I wanted to take action and get involved in some way. So you'll see some things coming up on the channel in the near future. And if you want to understand the problem a little bit more, guys, if you're on Facebook, check out this group. This is called Helping Our Northern Neighbors. It's not a big group, but this is one that I've followed for a long time. What they do is ship food and other daily life necessities up to these northern communities, because another problem they have, stuff is ridiculous expensive up there, hence they don't have a lot of anything, and a lot of homes have between 5 and 15 people living in a like tiny apartments. So if you're interested in this area of the world and things that are going on, this is Canadian. Check out Helping Our Northern Neighbors. Long story short, I'm announcing here and mentioning it again that I would like to get involved in some way, and I don't know how that's going to be. If you're interested in joining me, please drop me a line on any of the socials or email, and we'll see what we can do. I'm in talks with a couple of people to try and understand what it is that I can do to help. So we'll see how it goes. That's my little back and forth on that, and if you're interested, please hit me up. And Tony said his folks are from T-Bay, from Thunder Bay. Yes, that's. I didn't know that some of these problems, like Attawapiskat, I did not think that the suicide problem extended that far south. Actually, I've heard of these issues in the really northern communities. It's a real problem in Alaska as well, actually. But I just can't help but think if I put together some cool tech and go just see what I can do to help out. I got to do something. That's the way I see it. Try and get involved where I can, guys. We'll see. More info to come. Viewer challenge this week, guys. I always want to see what you are making. Hit me up on any of the socials, but the best place is the Google Plus community linked below. This week, Harry shared with us his 16-channel Wi-Fi remote. He's doing a bunch of work on the ESP8266. Very, very neat. He linked two of them together, one as a transmitter, one as a receiver, I think. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video. It looked really, really cool, and I've got it in my watch later. Thank you, Harry. Glitch shared with us, congrats, Glitch. So Glitch got some major attention. He got some coverage on The Verge this weekend for tweeting about a tweet that Elon Musk had deleted, which was actually pretty cool. You can check this out in the G Plus community. Glitch got front and center on The Verge, which let me know how that worked out, buddy. Did you get a flood of messages on Twitter? Pretty cool. I posted out a very small question. Thank you guys for helping me. I threw a question out there about getting OpenCV running on my Raspberry Pi because I had an interesting project. I still have that InMove robot head that I haven't put to use, and I won't print the whole robot. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to add computer vision to that? When I looked up the Pi stuff for computer vision, man, I just got... my eyes just glassed over. A lot of work to setting up OpenCV on the Pi. So I posted this out there. Thank you to those who have offered some awesome advice. I'm going to follow it. Maybe do a Pi OpenCV project coming up. Marco Arduino channel shared with us is I2C contactless temperature sensor, which I thought was really, really cool as well. Check it out, guys. And that will take us back out of the viewer challenge for this week. Royd said, good to start local. What do they say? Think global, act local. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Glitch is still getting notifications from Twitter. Very cool. All right. We haven't dropped any frames. I think we're stable. Let's go. Except there's huge latency on my other monitor. Not sure why. From the community this week, guys. Everything goes here. I handpick a few videos each week that I'd like to share with the groups. It's entirely just what I find cool each week. I try and pick channels that I haven't shared before whenever I can, and this is one I don't believe I shared before. Albert Kim, he just crossed 500 subscribers. He's been doing a series on how to make flight test planes. If you're into RC, check out Albert's channel. He's doing a heck of a cool job. I think Andre knows him as well. I'm a new subscriber to him, but I really enjoyed his videos. He's off to a heck of a good start. If you're into building with foam board, you can't go wrong. It's pretty cool stuff. Electronics and More, a channel I don't believe I've shared here before. Did an awesome video on the bionic ear. A full circuit design system. If you're into audio amplifiers or want to build a big parabolic super spy ear, this video is pretty cool. He does a heck of a job on it. Really neat to see the actual programming. These are ground up builds. Really neat. The Game Boy Zero. This video went a little viral last week. I think I saw it first on Twitter. And I'm pretty sure this video is way bigger now than when I captured this screenshot. He took a Game Boy, gutted it, and put a Pi Zero in it, but he didn't gut it. He retained a huge amount of the function on this. If you're into RetroPie stuff or Pi Zero or Game Boy or anything, you've got to check out this video. It's one of the best builds I have ever seen. He shoehorned the Pi Zero in there with RetroPie, but also hacked a cartridge that would hold to put the SD card in the Game Boy cartridge, and the ports for the HDMI and the headphones and everything. Incredible amount of work making this thing basically like an original Game Boy, like what I had when I was a kid, except running full color display and, well, as many games as you want. Very, very cool. And Zach Blog shared his video on the Wanhao 3D printer. I wanted to share this out, Zach, because I want to ask you, where did you get that boat? Zach showed a shot of this 3D printed boat he's made, and I would like to check that out. If you have a link to that, that looked pretty neat. Really, really cool. Well done, Zach. Thank you for sharing that. Ben Heck did a video on the luggage detective. I thought this was really cool. They actually did a really great job on this video showing the setup from start to finish with accelerometers and the data and then the basic electronics. Really, really well done. Ben Heck show. I find their videos sometimes just simply amazing, and sometimes I'm not really overly into them, to be honest. This one was good. It was I was pleasantly surprised. Most of the time I just don't have the time to watch a 30-minute video, I'll be honest. Great Scott channel, a channel that I've shared here numerous times in the past. This is by far the best tutorial explanation coverage I have ever seen of thyristors and triacs on the internet. He has won. If you're interested in doing current control or like essentially pulse width modulation of AC circuits, check this video out. You'll love it. He does an awesome job at explaining it and sets up his own trigger for the zero cross, successfully uses thyristors and triacs. 5-minute video, best I've ever seen. Really, really cool. It is a very mysterious topic for a lot of people. Sam Shepard, a channel I've shared here many times before. great up-and-coming channel. He's just winning it. So he did a video, cheapest DIY quadcopter. Yep, it's pretty cheap. Some scrap wood, basically wood screwed together, and you got a functional flying quadcopter out of the deal. Pretty neat. Really well done. And Zach grabbed that link. Cool, thank you. I might not be able to grab that out of the chat. You can either PM me or throw it on Twitter or whatever. That'd be awesome. Adafruit Industries. I forgot to share this before. If you're into flying quadcopters, drones, whatever, Adafruit has a contest going on for the dronies. It's a big contest, some cool prizes. If you make any kind of aerial video and you're in the United States, make sure that you join in on this competition with your footage. You could definitely win something cool. It's not eligible for us Canucks, I checked, but check it out. I think you guys will like it. ATtiny 85 game console. I found this on the Hackaday blog site. This was on April 10th. Took an ATtiny 85 and a tiny little display and made a old retro gaming system. But the fact that this was done with an ATtiny 85 just blew me away. Totally neat little retro project. Yeah, you can buy a little video game keychain, I'm sure, for $1 or $2, but this was kind of neat. Fully programmable, customizable. Really neat. Hacker fun at its best. A channel I don't believe I've shared before on this show. 5 new inventions that will blow your pants off. This is an ongoing series with varying titles, but it's new inventions, and the channel name is The Future Is Now. Basically, they take kind of like the Kickstarter videos and mishmash them together, usually 5 of them at a stretch. And there's guaranteed to at least be 2 in every episode that are totally neat. This one that I screen captured here was a rebreather, an oxygen generator. I think they said 45 minutes you can stay submerged. It is not like a compressed air canister like you would see like spare air. This thing actually has a battery and a microcontroller, and whether it works or not, I don't know, but pretty neat. Marketed towards lifeguards and stuff, rescue situations. 45 minutes you can stay submerged and breathe underwater. Anyway, there's 4 others in the videos. You can check them out. I really enjoy them. It's kind of a cool channel. It's often stuff I've never heard of, which is, I usually hear of a lot of stuff. So check it out. Zach's gonna tweet it to me after the show. Fuck you, Joker. Awesome. And Royd said questionable whether that rebreather is real. Yeah, I thought the same. I thought it seemed the video wasn't. It was a tiny bit questionable, but never know. A lot of these startup companies that have the product, some of them don't have the marketing budget to do a really good promo video. Some spend all like crazy money and do a heck of a job on the promo video. That one was a little underdone, if it is the product they say it is. But it was really, really neat tech. Anyway, cool channel. Always something cool on there. A lot of IoT tech on there for some reason. Everybody loves IoT, right? Internet of Things. From the shop this week, the video I got out on Friday was the DIY Arduino breathalyzer. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a fun little kind of last minute project. I've had the MQ3 alcohol sensors in the bin for some time, and I've been meaning to build one, and I just decided to just do it and get the video done, and it was fun. It worked out really good. I did OLED code as well as just serial code, linked the 2 from GitHub so everybody can recreate it. Easy little project, really, really simple project, and it works. It's highly repeatable results, almost more repeatable than my MQ2 sensors that I used for the gas sensor for emergency workers. It seems the calibration is to be determined, right? I don't have a real legit breathalyzer to get the milligrams per liter exactly right, but it can tell when you've got booze on your breath, put it that way. And Glitch said full-on James Bond gear. Yeah, that's what that reminded me of, actually. And actually, they used, I think, the James Bond equipment in their promo. A little sneak peek this week, guys. I mentioned this last week. I don't need to show it again. The next video coming live this Friday will actually be on the mini QAV quadcopter kit that I got from New Frog. I finally got the video done. It's in the final throes of editing. I think it's going to be all right. It's more of an overview and how impressed I am with that kit for the price. It is not what I expected. It's we'll see how it flies, though. An idea I have coming up, I just came up with this on Sunday. If you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen this. This is the pair of quantum FPV goggles I have from Hobby King. They have a small LCD display and a Fresnel lens in there. And I thought, how great would that be to hook up my old Raspberry Pi to that and have my own, it's not virtual reality headset, but it's a Pi almost VR headset. I see no reason it shouldn't work. I have the my old Pi with the VGA, the RCA out for the video sitting there, so I'm gonna give it a try. I just have to check and see what image I have on the Pi and then assemble the goggles. I also have a video coming in the future on the CC3D flight stabilizer. I'll be using this on one of my flight test planes. I forget what company sent me one of these, but we're going to have a quick look at it. And I ran into some problems right away with unsupported firmwares and all kinds of fun, so I'll do a quick little video on that. And that will be that. And that brings us right to the end of things. Even with our little delay, we're right on time. William said, come on, I'm getting sick of seeing my name up there. It might stay for a while. The only way to get rid of it is for someone else to click that donate button. And Glitch said he's got the parts in his eBay cart. $115 carbon fiber folding 250. Awesome. That's, yeah, $115 to put together a quad. Heck of a deal. Good deal, of course. I figured you'd be shopping for the good deals. Okie dokie, guys. That is it for the show, I think. Did I have anything else? Nope. Just brings us to the closing thoughts. Thank you for all your support, and especially your donations tonight. I will put them to good use. They go right back into the channel. Truly appreciate everything you guys do. Remember to share things out whenever you can. You never know how it's going to affect someone by sharing your ideas and your projects. I'll also put this out there to those people that are maybe in a bit of a rough patch in life or having a bit of a rough time. It gets easier. It's only a season, guys. For those of you that are having a little bit of a rough go, keep your eyes forward. It will get easier. You're not alone. There's lots of us out there that have been there and are in similar situations. So I'd just like to put that out there. Guys, truly thankful for all your support. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you on Friday. Cheers.